Chris Barrie had been playing Arnold Rimmer in Red Dwarf since the series started in February 1988. Rimmer is one of the pivotal characters alongside the central character Lister. Rimmer, in every sense of his character, is quite unlikable, and this is done intentionally. The conflict between Lister and Rimmer was the essential bedrock during those first two series. Since early 1991, Chris Barrie had also been starring in another BBC sitcom, The British Empire. In The British Empire, Chris Barrie plays Gordon Brittas, another unlikable sod who rubs people up the wrong way and is generally incompetent. Chris Barrie had now become somewhat tired of playing unlikable busybodies, so in essence that is where Dimension Jump and the character of Ace Rimmer comes from. Chris Barrie requested to the Red Dwarf writers, Rob Grant and Doug Naylor, that he could play a heroic character. A significant amount of time is dedicated to the story from Ace Rimmer's perspective. It makes for a really fantastic introduction to the character, the humour is all on point, and the contrasts with the main Red Dwarf universe are both striking and amusing. Chris Barrie is, from the off, the star of the episode. His performance as Ace Rimmer is just as comically good as his performance as Rimmer, but in a totally different way. Despite being parallel versions of the same character, Ace and a regular Rimmer genuinely seem like different people, and that is in large part down to Chris Barrie's top-tier performance. The rest of the cast are great as well. Danny John Jules gets some great lines as the cat, and Craig Charles as Lister gets a good amount of screen time. But being an episode in which Rimmer is the spotlight character, the other characters really do disappear into the background at times. Triton in particular doesn't have too much to do in the overall story, although Robert Llewellyn is as great as he always is. The parallel universe counterparts of the main characters are great as well. Ace Rimmer is obviously the one with the most focus, the others only appear in one or two scenes near the beginning. The other parallel universe counterparts, while their appearances are brief, do certainly leave an impression. From a comedy perspective, Dimension Jump works very well. However, it also works well from a science fiction point of view. The ideas surrounding parallel universes have been explored before, such as in the Series 2 episode called Parallel Universe. But here the concept is given a bit more flavour and appears to be far funnier and more interesting here. Ace Rimmer being a dimension journeying hero sounds implausible, funny, and just a little bit grounded in real science. Once Dimension Jump has introduced audiences to Ace Rimmer, a lot of time is devoted to the main Red Dwarf universe and the main characters. However, Ace Rimmer still gets plenty of screen time alongside the likes of Rimmer and Lister. So I do think that Dimension Jump is a very well paced episode, nor does it outstay its welcome. Dimension Jump represents the best of Red Dwarf Series 4 and is also amongst some of the very best episodes in the show's history. It's funny, witty, and has some really great concepts here. The performances are great, but Chris Barrie is by a mile the star of the show. His performances both as Ace Rimmer and regular Rimmer are superb. I cannot find any faults. Dimension Jump has proven to be such a popular episode by Red Dwarf fans that a convention has been named after it. Dimension Jump, the convention, was first held in 1992 and has been held in most years since, though there have been exceptions. Cast and crew from across the show's history attend a convention that lasts a few days. So Dimension Jump is a fantastic episode and is one of the absolute must-see episodes of Red Dwarf.